As someone who doesn't celebrate Christmas and therefore has no much interest in the holidays, I never really gave much care about the movies. To me, Christmas movies are those terrible rom-coms with bad love stories or where someone cheats on someone else and it just gets glorified, so not my cup of tea. And so I was wondering, is there such a thing as a good Christmas movie? And the answer is yeah, because otherwise the video wouldn't even exist. So yes, there obviously are. So if like me you're a certified Christmas movie hater, here are my recommendations that might make you change your mind. And if you already like Christmas movies, then you're also gonna like those ones. It's a different vibe from the rom-coms and everything, but I think you're still gonna like them. How could this be a Christmas movie hater list if I didn't include the OG one? It is a cult classic that everybody knows, and if you haven't watched the movie, I'm pretty sure you still know the story, but just in case, here's a quick summary. So, the Grinch lives up on a mountain above the town of Whoville, and the people over there are absolutely obsessed with Christmas, like full-on decorations, singing, the whole bells and whistles, and it pisses the Grinch off, which is pretty fair, to be honest. Buddy was bullied as a kid, and so he decided to become #1 hater in the world. Then he met Cindy, who gets to know him and wants him to partake in Christmas. And since everyone is pushing Christmas in his face, he decided to steal Christmas. And just in case some people have yet to see it, even though it's been 25 years, so you should be up to date, I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the story and you can go enjoy it by yourself. It's a funny movie, clearly, and it's funny in a chaotic way, and who better than Jim Carrey to play a fun, chaotic character. And not only is it a fun movie, but it also has this kind of feel-good ending, you know. And I'm never gonna pass an opportunity to watch a movie with Jim Carrey. It's a nice classic that you should definitely have under your belt. For me, if you want to get a good Christmas movie, you have to watch the animated ones. And so Klaus is one of the latest one that came out, and it's absolutely a banger. So we follow Jesper, who is the worst Postal Academy student. So his college just sends him on a frozen island where nobody sends anything to anyone because they all hate each other. So Jesper wants to give up, which makes sense honestly, until he meets Klaus, a carpenter who lives in a cabin full of handmade toys. And those two are going to go through a few things together, trying to bring back joy in this place where everyone hates one another. I like the fact that it's a different take on who Santa is. It's a different backstory, a bit more of a mature one with good things and bad stuff, and it's a more developed character in a way. And the story of the movie isn't only about merry and jolly feelings, you know, you have some more adult themes and you have some bad feelings, you have some sadness and whatnot. And it's an interesting take on the let's save Christmas trope that we've seen in so many movies, you know. So it's a very refreshing movie, an amazing one. You can watch it with your kids or you can watch it as an adult and it really hits the spot. Another animated movie, but this one it's Japanese. I don't know if it's because I'm a weeb or the movie is just amazing, but it's my favorite Christmas movie. One Christmas Eve, 3 homeless people discover an abandoned baby while searching through garbage for presents. Along with the baby came a note asking for whoever finds the baby to take good care of her, and a key leading to a bag with clues to the parents' identity. So the trio sets out to find the baby's parents, and that's what we're going to follow. We're gonna follow their quests in finding who the real parents are, but also we are going to learn about each of them and their past through the most wild event possible. And the movie is super random to a point where it feels like, oh my god, it's too convenient, but it doesn't feel like lazy or just bad writing. It really carries the, oh my god, it's a miracle effect. And the accumulation of the miracles really gives the Christmas miracle tone to the movie. It's a really funny movie because of the wild plot, but it's also really touching because when you get to learn about the characters and their life and the baby and everything, it really gets to you. The movie has a really human aspect to it, and I feel that this is what Christmas is supposed to be about, so you know, it really hits the spot. If you're looking to shed a few tears for this Christmas, talking about shedding a few tears and an attaching character, how can I not talk about Edward? The movie has always felt very special to me because of how much I could relate to him as a kid. Anyway, so here's the story. A scientist builds an animated human being, Edward, but the issue is that he dies before he can finish his work. And so he leaves Edward with a freaky appearance, which is even more accentuated by the scissor blades he has instead of hands. One day, a saleswoman named Peg discovers Edward and takes him home with her. And there, he's gonna meet Peg's daughter, with whom he'll fall in love with. At first, everybody loves him because he has a talent that people really enjoy, and he's a really sweet character. However, despite his kindness and artistic talent, a certain event flips the whole perception that people have of him. And the movie is made by Tim Burton, so if you like the guy, you're gonna love the movie, and it has Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder, which both are amazing. To me, this movie is really touching. Edward is such a kind and pure-hearted soul. Also, the movie has a very similar philosophy to Frankenstein, where, you know, the creature is more human than the human themselves. So if you like movies that like to work with social concepts, you're really gonna love this one. And you're gonna shed a few tears, as I said. I made an entire video talking about the production of the film that you should absolutely watch because your life will never be the same after this video. And yeah, I talk about this movie every opportunity that I get, but I mean, can you blame me? The movie is just too good not to do so. The Nightmare Before Christmas is about Jack Skellington, who's the Halloween king. He's tired of all the creepy and scary stuff they do every year and stumbles upon Christmas Town. He gets totally obsessed with Christmas, he doesn't get it at all, but he's excited to try it. And so he decides to do Christmas his own way. Things get out of hand, and that's what we're gonna see in the movie. It's a stop-motion animated movie, but the quality of the animation is so good that it hasn't aged a single bit. And the music is even better than the animation, which is a hard feat to achieve. I know people like to debate whether it's a Halloween movie or a Christmas one. For me, it's both, but no matter the team you're on, you should absolutely watch it this Christmas. If you know me even a tad bit, you'd know that I have to add a horror movie, even though it's a Christmas list. So in this Terrifier movie, we pick the story back up where it ended in the second one. We are still with Sienna and her little brother. They're trying to forget what happened last Halloween and go back to a normal life. But slowly, people start disappearing and some weird stuff starts happening. Gradually, we realize that Art is back once again and that he doesn't want to let go of Sienna. It's in the same style as the other Terrifier movies, but this one happens in the Christmas period, so there is a nice dichotomy between the Christmas lights and the whole vibe, with the murders and the gore and everything. It's a very visual movie, so if you're not into that, maybe skip this one, but it's a great slasher. If you haven't seen the first two movies, I'd recommend you do so that you wouldn't be entirely lost with the story, but if you don't really want to, you can still watch this one and just enjoy the slasher aspect of the movie without understanding the entirety of the story. It's fine. And it still has this wacky, funny, and creepy blend that makes Terrifier movies good. It is obviously not a movie that I recommend you watch with the entire family, but if you're up late, waiting for Santa to come down the chimney with your presents, you should give it a go. And that was the list of Christmas movies that I actually recommend. If you guys have any Christmas movie recommendations, please leave them in the comment, because I'm finding out that there is a bunch of movies that I actually like. And thank you very much for watching the video. Please, if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends, or at least share the movies. Tell them to go watch Terrifier, or go watch Edward Scissorhands or Tokyo Godfathers. If there is one in the list that you should absolutely watch, it's Tokyo Godfathers. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!